I we should be live. By the way, this image thing, I don't know if I should make my name a little bit smaller, because, like, I don't know, sometimes I sort of sit back, like, I don't know, if I sit like that or some shit, you don't really see my face. It's like, I don't know, right here, that looks sort of weird, right? But if I did that, it's like, yeah, that still looks weird. Anyway, yeah, if I'm gonna go on a tangent, which I probably fucking am, I mean, that's why I stream, right? Actually, no, I didn't fucking watch this. I literally commented on that just to, I literally just clicked on it just to ask why the fuck are you telling us this? It's like, nobody who doesn't have fucking 5 million subs would post about that type of shit. It's like, there's a reason why they have 5 million fucking subs. It's like, yeah, people actually fucking want to look at that shit. No, I didn't look at that. It's like, if they didn't post, like, dumb fucking who cares shit like that, like, just fucking shit post, yeah, just clickbait stuff that, like, fucking nobody cares. Like, I mean, yeah, nobody should care is what I mean. Yeah, if they didn't post that type of shit, if they actually posted on, like, whatever matters, like, no fucking way they'd, like, why the fuck are you, literally a fucking news channel covering that type of shit? It's like, are you out of your mind? Yeah, well, in case you can't tell, I am, again, fucking drunk, like, typical. Let's see, what type of shit do I want to watch? I don't care about January 6th. It's like, fucking whatever, dude. This is the largest bank. Do I care about banks? Like, I actually didn't watch either of them. I watched that, I remember. I don't know, I didn't really think of what to fucking watch before I started this stream. Feminism is over. We have to watch this. Oh shit. I put on 0.25 so I could, like, look at my fucking video and give it better fucking view duration. Yeah, I'm not even fucking joking, I actually do that shit. Let me guess, 0 views. Average view duration. Fucking okay, dude, is that... Oh yeah, and I should probably, yeah, I don't know, like, if you put the quality on 140p, it'll take less of your data, but, yeah, I'll probably fucking pause that anyway. Let's look at this shit. Let's just bring the quality up a bit, you know?
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. The battle of the sexes has finally ended after several million years of jockeying and strife. Men
This is
won
my last fucking
conclusively.
shot.
We know this because yesterday was International Women's Day. That's the day we as a global...
Wait, who won? Who the fuck won, dude?
Because yesterday was International Women's Day. That's the day we as a global community won conclusively.
Wait, who?
Of jockeying and strife, men won conclusively.
Let's fucking go, dude. That's just epic. Wait, let me, What is this? I've never fucking seen this shit, like... My mother just bought some sparkling water that's watermelon, dude. Like, most people I know, they'd rather drink fucking water than, like, look for fucking sparkling water. I don't know, dude. It's probably, like, the fucking worst beverage, one of the worst ones, but it's still fucking... I prefer that over water, I guess. I mean, water doesn't have a fucking taste, so...
We know this because yesterday was International Women's Day. That's the day we as a global community celebrate women. But if you looked closely at the women we were celebrating, you may have noticed a lot of them weren't actually women. They were lumpy-looking dudes. And that was not accidental. In fact, it was a brilliant piece of sexual jujitsu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna disagree with him on that particular fucking point. I mean, obviously we don't agree on everything, but yeah, I mean, like I get it with you. Like intuitively, it could be hard to understand. Like there's a new thing, dude. I mean, yeah, it might not make intuitive sense. Like, I've known this person forever as a girl, and like now that I don't know, like that sounds sort of weird. Yeah, like I mean, again, it can make it doesn't need to make intuitive sense. I get why someone would be skeptical of that. Like, oh, what? Like, I like that's some new that's not how I know the world fucking works. Like this guy can now just become a girl. Yeah, it's sort of like I hate making this comparison because you get fucking cancelled for it, but before we accepted gay people coming out, it was always seen as what like two guys being attracted to one another. What sense does that even make? Isn't the whole premise behind sexual attraction the aspect of the human species which is reproduction? Like what it wouldn't even make logical fucking sense for a man to be attracted to another man, or a woman to be attracted to another woman. But like, yeah, I mean, things just are that way. It doesn't make sense for people to be born without a leg or some shit, but it happens. Like, if it was the majority of people who were like trans or gay, like, yeah, but like, and again, it doesn't make intuitive sense. But yeah, I wish Tucker didn't like keep fucking doing this shit with like trans people as much. I mean, he's joking. It's at least it's not like Matt Walsh level, but yeah, disagree with him on that. But
could have written that strategy. Here you had men who are clearly craftier than they look, somehow convincing a whole lot of otherwise self-aware and highly educated women to praise them as living paragons of womanhood. Think about how hard it would be to sell that proposition. I'm going to...
Either way, like, I don't fucking get this thing behind, like, let's have a Women's Day or whatever. Let's have fucking Black History Month. Fucking for what exactly? Like, yeah, all of that shit, it's like gay pride. It's like, dude, like, it's legit just identity politics. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, you're going to focus on an aspect of somebody's, like, you're gonna focus on like, some fucking aspect of somebody else. At least concentrate on some that defines their character, some that's meaningful. It's like, yeah, let's have a day for people who have, I don't know, fucking acne, dude. Like, fucking reading, yeah, see, I don't fucking like that shit at all. Like, gay pride and stuff. It's like, what the fuck? Like that. Imagine being proud of being gay. Yeah, I'm sure you have to work very hard to be gay. That's a great accomplishment, dude. I'd be proud of that too. That's like being proud of being rich. You know what? White power. Yeah, that's a better comparison. White fucking power. Like, yeah, let me be proud of being white. I mean, I'm sure the average person who's white worked just as hard to be white as the average gay person worked to be gay. Because it's like, that's the whole point. That is the only reason you'd ever be proud of something, right? If you have a reason to be proud for it, aka you actually accomplished something, like, then you have something to be proud of. But yeah, like gay pride, or like yeah, but just proud to be, like, that's pretty much the same thing as white power from like white supremacists. So I think all of that is fucking poison. Like, yeah, gay pride, white power, all of it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, having a day for people who have this fucking group, which, like, this group is defined as people who share some fucking characteristic which is irrelevant to literally fucking anything. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely got a point to make fun of that shit. That shit is pretty fucking AIDS, but...
Steal your identity and then mock and degrade the immutable character.
I mean, who fucking cares, dude? If my identity in terms of, like, I don't know, having a fucking birth spot on my dick or some shit. Something that is just as relevant as whether I'm black or white or gay or straight or fucking a woman or a man, right? I mean, that's a little different. Like, women's brains actually sort of work differently to some extent, but, like, yeah, that...
Characteristics that define you as a person.
I wouldn't really mind someone stealing my white identity, like a black person doing whiteface, wouldn't really care. Just like if I was black, I wouldn't care if a white person does blackface, but, you know, people virtue signal, so that's not allowed. But the other way around, it's like...
And then, as I do this, you are going to smile brightly.
Dude, I love how I just go on fucking tangents, and it's like, who the fuck cares? And it's like, no one's watching me, but I'm still gotta keep fucking doing it. You know, isn't that fucking awesome? Just to think about, right?
And then give a speech about how liberated you feel. How about that? The whole thing is amazing. It's like watching a practical joke devised by the drunkest, most cynical fraternity brothers at the University of Alabama.
Hell,
hungover breakfast at Denny's. You can picture them all there in baseball hats, dipping Copenhagen, spitting into their coffee mugs. Think we get girls to fall for that? No way! They'll never buy it! Oh, but they did. They bought it, and it wasn't really that hard to sell it. Liberals will fall for anything if they think it is fashionable and progressive. And so before long, the practical joke from Denny's at the University of Alabama...
And I do get, like, that argument of being a conservative, like, yeah, like, that is something I can definitely vibe with, like, the idea of we're trying to conserve, like, people tend to lump in conservatives as people who just want to, want to stay, like, the fucking backwards old shit, like the, I don't know, what do you call, like, there's a word I fucking can't remember, yeah, like the, yeah, primitive fucking times shit, like, bigotry, all that, that's just, but actually, that's sort of a strawman of conservatism, like, let's just stay with, like, I don't know, just backwards old practice. No, it's more of a thing of, like, you think what we have here right now is really good. We have a colorblind meritocracy, and the whole premise behind conservatism is really, like, you think what we have here is really nice, and you don't think it's reasonable to think we'll make all that much progress. Like, it's unreasonable to assume that we'd be more likely to make within the next 100 years as much more progress as we have within the last 100 years as it would be to have all that progress undone. And the idea behind conservatism would be like, yeah, let's just, we have some pretty good, it's more important right now to focus on just conserving this good, like not allowing our democracy to fall apart, just like conserving the world as we have it right now, instead of trying to just keep going to, like, no, let's just, we have some pretty good, like, let's calm down for a little bit, maintain it, because, yeah, all that stuff could very well go away, and if we go too fast, like, yeah, we don't know, yeah, that's, like, I can definitely get that idea, because any step in any direction, I mean, in a bipartisan system, any step taken in any direction, half the country will see it as a step in the positive direction, and the other half will just see it as the opposite. So, yeah, I mean, I get conservatism as the idea of, yeah, like, we have a democracy that's, like, a pretty new thing, and democracies are pretty fragile. Like, our number one priority should be to conserve that. Like, we shouldn't take it too fast. Like, number one priority, conserving that. It won't get much better than what we have. But yeah, I don't know why I went on that tangent.
White House, where it was taken with the utmost seriousness. Here's Jill Biden and Secretary Tony Blinken handing out an award on International Women's Day to a dude in makeup.
In Argentina, Alba.
Dude, let me see. Are they gonna look like a woman? The thing is, like, I have to point this out. Vegan Gains has actually pointed this out. And I was like, holy shit, this is true. Like, every time conservatives bring up, like, oh, look at this trans person, like, they aren't even really a woman. Like, you never really see them, like, bring up trans men. And, like, look at this guy, he's not really a guy, he's actually a woman. Because, like, usually, like, they'll only put up pictures of trans women because they tend to look weird. But, like, if you look up a trans man, okay, let me do that real quick. It's like, I guess how you could sorta, that's probably Blair one. I mean, some of these people, I get how you could find some images and it's like, I mean, even they look like women, to be honest. I get how you could be like, yeah, like, this is a dude who put on a wig that looks really fucking convincing. Because, like, yeah, trans people can look, like, you can recognize, yeah, they're trans, especially during, like, the early ages of transition. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fox News, like, specifically cherry-picked images for Tucker Carlson, just gave him the absolute, like, most cherry-picked images of trans people. But it's like, I definitely get how you could take some of these people and be like, this is a dude with a wig. Like, it's sort of a stretch, to be honest, but I mean, fuck, I could see it, but now let's just look up, yeah, it really is a stretch, but trans man. Okay, like, let's just look at some of these. Like, imagine putting up pictures of, like, imagine putting up pictures of these people and being like, this isn't really a man. Like, I mean, yeah, like, all of these people, you can't really be like, nah, this isn't really a man. I see some women for some reason. Because, like, I don't know, they have beards and shit, and it's like, yeah, trans men look a lot more masculine than, like, trans women look feminine. So, yeah, I don't know why they just specifically go after women. It's like, yeah, you should really look at both sides, because there's a sort of a better story when you add in that context, like, both sides of the trans people, because trans people are not all just specifically men who, like, convert to being women. It's like, I really see that on Tucker Carlson. Like, every time he brings up, like, this trans person, he's always, I don't think he does it on purpose, obviously, but, yeah, I wish he, like, actually noticed that. I wouldn't have noticed that if, Vegan Gains didn't bring that up.
Is a transgender woman who was kicked out of classrooms, barred for sitting for exams, refused job opportunities, subjected to...
Barred from, like, participating in exams? Are they even allowed to do that to anyone ever? Like, isn't that illegal?
Woman who was kicked out of classrooms, barred for sitting for exams.
Kicked out of... Isn't that shit fucking illegal? Like, wouldn't there automatically be a fucking lawsuit? And the person who got kicked out would automatically win? I don't know, like, I'll take that story with a grain of salt. That seems sorta sus.
Refused job opportunities, subjected to violence, and rejected by her family.
And by the way, a job, like, I get that sucks, but dude, like, people should have the right to reject whoever they want. And it's like, there is transphobia, and some people might reject trans people, not even because they're transphobic, but because, I don't know, if your job would be, especially, like, for, like, younger people, if they're just trying to have a job, like, I don't know, fast food, that's usually where they go to, like, before you graduate college and, like, take a full-time job, like, the small job. Yeah, like, when you have to be face-to-face with customers and stuff, like, some employers, I get they might be like, yeah, but if I hire a trans person, that might turn off some people who are transphobic, and I get that's not a moral way to look at it, but business isn't moral. That's why that's why the slogan "Facts don't care about your feeling" comes from the right wing, because the right is more of like the, business and that type of stuff to some extent, and the left is more about like empathy, feelings, and it's like, dude, as a business owner, you shouldn't have to operate your business in a moral way. As long as you don't go out of your way to hurt people, you deciding that you're not going to pay somebody money, you deciding this person, no, I'm not going to give them money. Like, you didn't do anything to them. Like, that's like me telling someone, hey, I'm not selling you fucking weed. I don't know, I don't like you, I'm not... Like, they should have the right to do that, but I definitely understand, like, that sucks.
But in the face of these challenges, she worked to end violence and discrimination against the LGBTQI+ community in Argentina.
I mean, to be fair, it would be sort of a stretch to say, like, does that look like a man in a woman's outsuit? You can even see, like, she doesn't even physically really look like a man. I mean, dude, I think Tucker should just, like, sort of move away from, like, this trans issue thing. I heard it's not even really doing well for him, and, like, good thing, transphobia isn't good, and like, I completely get, like, these people, it's sort of just thrown down their throat, like, oh, well, you're having trouble, like, sort of making up your mind about this, like, the trans, like, it's counterintuitive, you don't know what to make of it. What, like, all of a sudden, like someone who you've always known as a boy can just transition into being a girl? Like, they were always a girl in their mind, you just didn't know about it, like that. Yeah, like, you're still, like, trying to wrap your head around that. Oh, well, cool, let's just, throw in some that'll make up your mind. These people are pedophiles trying to groom your kids, okay? You made up your mind, yeah? So that's pretty much what they did to Tucker, I'm guessing, like, at Fox News. So, yeah, the thing is, like, it's just not the case. These people don't care about your kids. They aren't trying to fuck with your kids. They're just trying not to be fucked with. And, well, we here on the right don't seem to be doing a very good job at that. But hopefully we just let that die off. Hopefully Republicans end up seeing that, like, yeah, this fucking, just this swan transgenderism, like, it's not very popular. That's not what people care about. Most people don't care about eradicating trans people. They care about, I don't know, like, just talk about the fact that CNN is racist. Like, that is more important than the fact that, this man, I guess, you think this girl is a man dressed in a... Well, what do you look at that? What an insult to women. It's like, dude, women are insulted. It's like, that's funny, dude. Offend whoever you want, that's funny. Okay, if this person triggers all the fucking women in the world, hilarious. Fucking do that. Okay, PogChamp, like, epic. Like, yeah, that's not an issue.
Did you see Tony Blinken fight the natural urge to flinch as that guy kissed him? There's no flinching allowed on International Men in Dresses Day.
Okay, dude, let me actually see.
Worked to end violence and discrimination.
Wait, did he?
But in the face of these challenges, she worked to end violence and discrimination.
He didn't seem to,
against the LGBTQI+ community in Argentina.
Argentina?
Did you see Tony Blinken
the fuck is
fight the natural urge to flinch?
Isn't that like in like South America.
That guy kissed him. There's no flinching allowed on International Men in Dresses Day. That might spoil the intended message for the audience, which...
Dude, you know what? Maybe I should smoke some weed. Actually, yeah, let me fucking do that. Where the fuck is my weed? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of starting to regret going live. This isn't a great live stream. And, like, I don't know. I was sort of thinking, like, dude, whatever. I might as well fucking go live. I have nothing to fucking, like, talk about. But, like, let's fucking do it. Dude, like, just... What the fuck else am I gonna do right now, bro? Like, dude, like, I don't know. I sort of started going live, then realized, like, dude, I have nothing to fucking say, dude. Like, what am I gonna react to random shit? And now my commentary is just absolute fucking dog shit, so... I mean, fucking whatever, dude. I'm just gonna smoke some weed and keep going, like, let's go. It's like, I just ran out of liquor too, like, fucking kill myself, dude. Today. Oh. I wonder if it's because I put the word lit on. Like, my live stream is just not getting promoted at all. Yeah, let me just replace it with that and see if it fixes anything. Dude, my fucking thing just had to turn off. Kill yourself. Alright.
Which is, hey ladies, meet your new hero. He's the guy who's making fun of you. And they do welcome the guy. They clap like seals. And you wonder as you watch us, is feminism over? Let's see. Has Rome fallen?
I love his
Feminism is over. Feminism has been flattened and sacked by the Visigoths of the trans movement. And if you doubt...
Oh, dude. I wonder if he's going on the same tangent that Ben Shapiro was. Let me see, dude. I guess now we'll sorta never know what that tweet was. Because Ben Shapiro tweets a lot. But, I don't know, just to give you some context as to what the tweet might have been. Let's see. That's actually the tweet that I got fucking banned for replying to. It's fucking one of these. Probably that one. Yeah, yeah, I love how they never fucking got back to me. Yeah, so... Yeah, basically Ben Shapiro. I wonder if I could find the tweet that, that this was about. I feel like they're probably just going on the same type of tangent. Dude, whatever. What in the fuck? What? Dude.
Are you done? You got me. Are you done? Yeah, bro. I'm done. Let's go for Costco. Good fight. Here you go.
Good fight. Dude, wait,
You go back to Washington, man. You got it? Get fucked.
Fuck.
Are you done? Got me. Are you done? Yeah, bro. I'm done. Let's go for Costco. Good fight. Here you go.
Yeah, let me guess that was staged. I don't know why I spent, like, actually multiple seconds looking at that. I'm so fucking gone. Holy shit. Anyway, let me go back to reacting to this fucking cancer. I'm replying to comments on my stream with 0 views. That's fine, yeah. It's like, yeah, Anna Kasparian is an absolute dipshit. And probably a moron too, because Cenk Uygur is definitely a fucking moron. Like, I think if you watch any of his videos, I think you could probably tell.
Notice that all the...
Like, the guy literally, believes that I am brown. Like, he believes that immigrant is a fucking race. Like, I don't know if he doesn't realize that, no, immigrant isn't a fucking race. You can't be a white supremacist for being a xenophobe, because, yeah, I guess, white supremacists really hate people from Europe now, don't they? Like, yeah, Cenk Uygur is not very fucking smart. Like, I've gone on and on about that, but the guy's fucking stupid.
Women's awards these days?
I don't know, like, he literally has 5 million subs, because, like, he just spams shitposts like these.
Going to men. Here you have Richard Levine put on an admiral's uniform with a skirt and become USA Today's Woman of the Year. William Thomas was...
Like, okay, like, I sort of get... I was wondering, since I saw this, I was, like, sort of intrigued, but it's like... Yeah, he's just making another, like, dude, these fucking trannies thing, and it's like... Dude, Tucker, you could do better than this. Oh, about Kyle Rittenhouse. I wonder what that's going to be, actually, because, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse, I watched Destiny's stream about... What the fuck? What?
There were many mysteries we could not solve.
Yeah, by the way, Kyle, isn't that like an old story? Why is he still on the news? Like, yeah, basically, like, from what I've heard, the guy committed self-defense, and the left was absolutely outraged because he committed self-defense against a protected group, or someone who, happens to be a person, but more importantly, happens to belong to a specific group of people. They were black, basically. More important than anything else, they were black, so... Self-defense against them, oh no. And I heard different things, like, I heard from Destiny, I think, like, I'm not sure if I think he said that, like, the guy that he shot, at least one of them, literally had a gun fucking aimed at him, and he just shot first. And it's like, this shit, why is this even controversial? But, something else that I hear is that, he was just protecting his property or someone else's property. Now, yeah, I guess there is sort of a difference between him protecting his own property and somebody else's property, but, like, either way, you don't have the right to go on someone else's property and, like, break shit. but, like, I definitely empathize with this more if it's your own property, but, one thing that you have to see with this is a big difference between murder and suicide. Murder would be, like, somebody, especially if you did nothing wrong, like, you didn't give them a choice to live or to die. You just said, hey, bitch, you're fucking dying. There's a very big difference between doing that and telling someone who's clearly doing something wrong that they have no right to do, hey, I have a gun right here. You either stop doing this that you shouldn't be fucking doing, that you have no right to do, or I'm gonna fucking kill you, and here's my gun to prove that I will do that. If someone has a gun and they tell you to stop doing something you shouldn't be fucking doing that someone else has every right to tell you not to do, and they tell you, well, here are the consequences if you don't do it. Well, you're choosing. Do you die, or do you just, listen to that person and stop doing what you're not supposed to be fucking doing anyway? I mean, that is the choice that you are making. And apparently the guy, like, charged at Kyle Rittenhouse, and he fucking shot him. And it's like, yeah, no fucking shit. It's like, I'm sorry, but, if you choose to fucking charge someone who has a gun, they literally tell you, look, get out of here, I'm shooting you, and you fucking charge at them, you are killing yourself. Like, that is suicide. I don't know how people don't realize this. Like, dude, unless the person was literally physically incapable of just, like, getting the hell out of here, if that person was just physically incapable of, like, doing, whatever Cal said, yeah, stop doing this, or I'm gonna shoot you. Unless they were physically incapable of stopping, yeah, they committed suicide by fucking definition. Like, I'm sorry, if you put a fucking barbed wire, like an electric barbed wire around your property, and you literally just put signs all over that fucking barbed wire that says, electric, don't touch or you will fucking die. And some retard just goes up to that fence and fucking touches it or throws themselves on it. You didn't commit fucking murder. They committed suicide. Like, if I fucking go to Walmart and buy some bleach and fucking drink it, Walmart doesn't have any blood on their hands. I just have a bunch of stupidity in my fucking brain and probably bleach too. So. Like, yeah, when you are doing something you already shouldn't be doing, and, you are left with two decisions. Stop doing that, or fucking die. I mean, yeah, life is sacred, but, like, they should have considered that. They made the choice to die. Like, if their life was so sacred, maybe they should have thought, yeah, my life is more sacred than that. I'm gonna stop attacking, or, like, doing this thing I shouldn't be fucking doing in the first place, because my life is more sacred than that. They should have been the ones thinking about that. That wasn't Kyle Rittenhouse's job. Like, Kyle Rittenhouse was lending. Do you want to fucking die? Like, you consider your life worth more than that? Well, I have this property to fucking protect. And you have no way to fucking be breaking shit on there. So either way, he didn't commit murder. Like, doesn't matter if his life was in danger. Like, I resonate even more that if it's your property, because, like, saying, oh, well, you can't protect your property. Like, I get, to some extent, it can resonate with me. Like, human life is just, that doesn't compare with property. But it's like, if you can't even protect your own property, it's like, yeah, that person lost their right to life when they started, like, attacking your, like, if someone's attacking your property, they are attacking you. If you don't have autonomy over your own fucking property, like, that's just an extension, like, of course it's not the same shit as fucking killing you, but you should get to defend your property in the same way that you should get to defend yourself. People should have no right to come and fucking attack your property. And if they do, you should have to tell them, hey, buddy, you either stop doing this shit, you comply with me from here on out, or I'm shooting you square in the fucking head. And, yeah, if from there on the person doesn't comply, they are killing themselves. Like, they are committing suicide. You're not committing murder. And it's like, oh, well, your property doesn't matter more than someone else's life. I agree with that if it's an innocent person who doesn't get to choose whether or not they're gonna die. But if it's someone who is already the fucking guilty party, so their rights are already, lower on the scale of priorities, their fucking rights should be considered less when they are the fucking offenders. They are the oppressors. But yeah, like, the whole thing with Kyle Rittenhouse, it was fucking retarded. Of course, the left attacked him. I feel bad for him, but yeah, he should have every right to do what he did. Like, I don't know if I got the story entirely right. I mean, I don't know Destiny a lot, but from everything that I've ever seen from him, he seems like a very respectable and, smart fucking dude who knows what he's talking about. So.
Among them, unfortunately, is the shooting of Ashley Bobbit. From the evidence we have, the publicly available evidence, it seems clear that Bobbit was murdered by a Capitol Hill police officer called Michael Byrd. Ashley Bobbit was unarmed. She was shorter.
I don't know anything about that, but, like, dude, police brutality,
in stature than average. She posed no conceivable threat to anyone. But
yeah, and this is just, proof, like, you'll find some Derek Chauvins, and you'll find some people like this guy, whatever his name was again. Like, yeah, according to CNN, if CNN actually went by the premise of color blindness, if they were actually not racist by their own standards, this would be proof that America hates white people. Like, they found George Floyd, oh, you see police officers, they all just hate black people. Well, by these standards, this would be proof that police officers, especially black police officers, they all hate white ladies. So, I mean, I hope he's, yeah, I know Tucker Carlson wouldn't fucking go down that angle, because he's fucking better than CNN. Like, I'm really surprised he hasn't seen through this fucking trans thing. But again, like, when you get convinced, like, yeah, actually, don't even question that, because these people are, like, child abusers. I could see how once you have that, like, already set in your mind as a pre-fucking whatever the fucking word is, like, when that's just your, like, first impressions of the issue as it's, like, fucking, like, explained to you, I definitely get, like, from there on, just, like, completely staying in that, no, I'm absolutely not gonna see this from any other angle. But yeah, it's fucking sad because, like, this whole thing, Tucker's just wrong. Like, I get that he has good intentions, but, like, he's wrong and the stuff that he's spreading, like, it's actually hurting people. But yeah, I don't think he's going to wake up and realize that, like, there's just more context to this anytime soon. Because, yeah, when you're just thrown the pre-notion of, like, these people are child abusers, like, it's hard to open your mind up and see through that sometimes.
Beyond that, we can only speculate about what happened. There were no security cameras near the speaker's lobby where Ashley Bobbit was killed.
In an effort to rewrite what actually occurred on...
Dude, I forgot this was a TYT video.
January 6th.
This is gonna be interesting.
Tucker Carlson paints Capitol rioter Ashley Bobbit as an innocent and petite woman who was unjustly shot and killed by a Capitol police officer, even as a violent riot was taking place right before the shooting. Now, why don't we actually take a look at what the scene looked like?
Dude, and I'm sure Tucker Carlson would say that George Floyd was fucking doing fentanyl and stuff. Like, what do you think he was not, like, dude. Yeah, I doubt this woman, unless she was, like, really high, which, I mean, she was attending the January 6th rally. What the fuck do you know? She might have been fucking drunk or high or whatever, but, like, yeah, unless she had some severe mental disability, she probably wouldn't have just, I know, lashed out and tried to attack some random, like, big fucking guy, some random guy with a gun who's a police officer. So his costume literally, is the, like, signature of, hey, I have a gun. Especially during a riot, like, that makes no fucking sense, but I don't know, like, there is context and there's information that can be drawn towards either side, like, in every situation, like, oh, George Floyd, well, what do you know, like, the left didn't fucking tell you that, well, he actually was, like, on a lot of fentanyl. Oh, well, maybe that's what killed him, but then when you put it, like, into context, it's like, no, like, the guy kept saying, I can't fucking breathe, and there was a, yeah, like, when you put in the context, it's like, either way, he shouldn't have fucking done that, and, yeah, like, fentanyl, like, the guy was on fentanyl, good for fucking him, like, that's, that just shows, like, yeah, like, both sides of the story, you can have a fucking narrative that makes sense, but it's like, no, George Floyd didn't die from fentanyl. He died from being fucking strangled. Like, Neon, I don't know if the term would be strangled, but like, yeah, I don't know. You don't tend to cover both sides of the story either now,
and then I'm gonna break apart Tucker Carlson's ridiculous, hypocritical argument. Let's watch.
I'll take that with a grain of salt. What exactly is that woman in the tape? I'm curious if she's gonna, like, come up. Because that's sort of specifically what you're saying you're gonna debunk, so. MSNBC, yikes. Yeah, the segregationists. Wait, Kyle Rittenhouse? Yeah, I think that was during the George Floyd protest. Like, that was not on January 6th. Yeah, I wonder if they're actually gonna show, like, footage of her attacking the police officer, because unless that's your footage, it's like, whatever you're gonna show us, unless it's specifically that, has nothing to do with your fucking point. Yeah, I see what Tucker means when he says this looks a lot like the Black Lives Matter riots. Like, you know, when Antifa fucking went to CNN's fucking headquarters. I only learned about this recently on Tucker's show. Apparently they went to their headquarters and just started breaking the fucking, just breaking the glass at the entrances. Which, like, dude, if I would have been CNN, yeah, it would have made sense for them to just start fucking shooting at them. Because, yeah, you're breaking my fucking property. You can't do it, but yeah, like, why the fuck would these people even go after CNN? Like, Tucker made a great point, like, yeah, it's sort of like white supremacists just going after the KKK. Like, that makes no fucking sense, but yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, that looks a lot like the Black Lives Matter protests. Is that a protester or a police officer? Like, what? Why the fuck is that guy here, and why is he on the other side of the door? Yeah, it's probably a police officer, since, like, they're trying to fucking break in. Why don't you fucking duck, retard? Like, what if he starts shooting that at you? I mean, yeah, he's sorta aiming. Is that her? Like, unless that is her. I love how they're just walking, like, they... Where the fuck did he just, I see why there was this...
Okay, so since Tucker Carlson had difficulty, you know, investigating what happened to Ashley Bobbit, I'll help him out. You see an individual holding a gun. You hear the rioters say repeatedly, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And Ashley Bobbit decided to attempt to crawl through that, you know, broken glass in the door to get to, I'm guessing, elected officials who they were targeting through this riot. So that's what happened, Tucker.
I mean, yeah, and I think it's completely fair that they shoot her in that. I don't know, I think by their standards, by the Democrats' fucking standards, no, you wouldn't do that, like, I don't know, like, she's a fucking woman, right? Like, you would just shoot her in the leg, maybe, it's like, and again, like, maybe they didn't see that, like, she was a woman, and what I would say to that is, who fucking cares? Your life isn't more valuable based on any of those types of characteristics. But yeah, like I do get that it's pretty hypocritical of the left to try to defend that when their status quo fucking position on this would be, oh my god, like you kill it. No, like killing somebody is never okay. Doesn't matter if it's self-defense. No. Kyle Rittenhouse, not okay. Still not okay. No. Like, if she was... Like, dude, there was a lot of space. Like, between them and, like, any elected officials or any of that shit. Like, they were walking. I mean, dude, you could have just shot her in the leg. You could have just... I don't know, you're stronger than her. You could have just walked. And it's like... It's pretty fucking weird that they kept just banging on the fucking door when they saw that the guy had a gun. Like, yeah, they're probably fucking, like, super brain dead or high on cocaine.
Okay, I hope you understand.
No, cocaine would be the opposite.
Now, since...
On acid, I mean.
You can clearly see it with your own two eyes.
Yeah, by the way, he has all the tapes.
Of course.
It's not like...
Yeah, and I don't think that he fucking... Like, his team probably reviewed it for him. There was no way Tucker just sat through all that. Like, I don't know. I feel like his brain probably needs more fucking stimulation. I mean, he probably looked through it to make sure. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. Maybe he trusts his team. Maybe he looked through it. We don't know if he specifically... Like, he said, we looked through it. He didn't say, I specifically looked through it. For all we know, his team looked through it and he trusted his team. And for all we know, maybe he just went through 48,000 hours worth of footage. He personally just looked at all of it, just opened up HitFilm or Film or like I don't know, fucking Sony Vegas or whatever editing software. Like, he just told what's his name, the owner of Fox News, maybe he just told Rupert Murdoch, you know what, fire my fucking editor for like 40,000 hours or however long that is, just like put him on vacation. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do this whole job for him. Maybe Tucker just opened up fucking Sony Vegas and like, I don't know, maybe he looked up a few tutorials on how to use that. Then like he asked, I know, McCarthy, do you have that on a jump drive? Is it like MP4, some stuff that like my editing software is compatible with? I don't know. I don't know all that much about editing and shit, bro. I'm sort of journalist. I don't know, journalists don't usually do that. I don't think Tucker edits his own Fox News videos. Yeah, maybe Tucker decided to like, download all of the footage, just get on a jump drive, and just fucking steer it, maybe consume a bunch of coffee or Adderall or whatever the fuck and, like, he doesn't take that, he's against Adderall, which I'm all for that shit, but, like, yeah, maybe he just took his coffee, just went on a Red Bull binge, right, and just looked at all of the fucking footage. Like, yeah, as if he doesn't have, like, a wife and kids and just overall better shit to do with his life. Like, yeah, I'm guessing that when he said, we reviewed the footage, he meant his team. I think that would make sense. I mean, I was sort of thinking, like, yeah, like, since that is sort of a pressing topic, it'd make sense since he's, like, the one covering that he would want to check himself that, like, I don't know, but then you can't really do that, like, so many, like, come on, dude, he's busy, he's a Fox News fucking host, it's like, he doesn't got time for this shit, dog, like, what?
We'll help him out. You see an individual holding a gun, you hear the rioters say repeatedly, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, and Ashley Bobbit decided to attempt to crawl through that, broken glass in the door.
Yeah, she was probably on some drugs, but I didn't see that. Where was that? Okay, yeah, they were repeating. Yeah, I didn't see who tried to crawl through the thing. What type of camera footage? Yeah, that's just someone recording.
Okay, so since Tucker Carlson had difficulty, investigating what happened to Ashley Bobbit, I'll help him out.
Why were they wearing masks? Wasn't it already a thing? Like, don't wear fucking masks, bro. Literally, fucking, I swear, half of them have fucking masks.
You see an individual holding a gun. You hear the rioters say repeatedly, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And Ashley Bobbit decided to attempt to crawl through that, broken glass in the door.
Yeah, I didn't see that, actually. I like, looked back because I was sort of, like, wondering why I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
To get to, I'm guessing, elected officials who they were targeting.
Yeah, again, like, by your standards, I guess your party's approach to that would be, well, firstly, since y'all are, like, always about identity politics first and foremost, well, you don't shoot a woman, especially if you're a man, like, you can't even hit a woman if she hits you first. You can't even hit her back because she's a woman, right? Like, I guess that's probably your fucking status quo since your party loves identity politics so much. But secondly, since y'all are entirely against self-defense, and well, I would agree with you to some extent that, like, I think the Second Amendment, I don't think you need that. If you want to use tasers, pepper sprays, fucking Roman candles, like, there are less fatal fucking ways to defend yourself that also work, like, very well. I don't see why you'd need a gun, and most people are never in a situation where they need to defend themselves. Like, unless they tend to always go towards these situations, like, when they sort of just, like, breed themselves into the fucking, not breed it, that's the wrong word, but, like, they just bathe themselves into the might makes right type world. Yeah, a lot of the time, these people, they sort of get into these fucking cultures of just having a gun because you're gonna need it when someone pisses you off. Like, that's usually the fucking shit, but, yeah, like, most people who, like, don't have problems, like, aren't looking for problems and shit, who, like, live pretty comfortably, like, most of these people, you're not going to see that type of situation. Like, trust me, it'll happen to somebody else. just like, you're not gonna be the one who's going to die in a school shooting. Like, that's gonna happen to somebody else. Like, you shouldn't feel fucking just unsafe at school. Like, that's just insane. Like, do you see the toll of schools getting shut up compared to the amount of schools there are? It's sort of like seeing just, I don't know, just 14 hours worth of footage of just people, just the doctor announcing to someone, you have Alzheimer's, like, I don't know, you have cancer and you're like 20, and like, this is stage 4 cancer, and just seeing like 14 hours of like doctors announcing to different 20-year-old patients that they have cancer, and that being like, oh well, holy shit, that, like, I'm 20, I probably have cancer. It's like, no, dude, where was I going with all that?
I'm guessing elected officials who they were targeting through this riot. So that's what happened.
Dude, anyway, I was going on a tangent, and it was probably stupid, so let me just go back on that. Yeah, but like, secondly, your party's consensus would be, especially if you have other means, if it's not absolutely necessary to kill the person who's like a threat to you, like, you should use any other means that you have, and it should be a last resort, always last resort. Like, that's the key thing with them, last fucking resort. And I definitely can understand that. Like, I wouldn't ever kill someone. I don't even know if I could do it last resort. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it, even not last resort sometimes. But like, I don't know if I could bring myself to do that. I mean, like, shit, that, like, I don't fucking know, but, yeah, like, isn't it pretty hypocritical for the Democrats to be defending someone who clearly they didn't need to fucking shoot them? Just like, well, you can make excuses with George Floyd. Oh, well, he was undefended. Like, clearly this guy wasn't innocent. He was breaking some type of law, right? Like, the law that says that your body but not your choice, aka you can't do whatever fucking drugs you want. So, yeah, I mean, you could make up excuses in any direction, but here it's really your fucking party's position. And that I'm sure you hold that position too, that you don't kill someone unless you absolutely need to. And you could see there was just such a long distance between that person and like the fucking senators, and it seemed that that person actually got shot and like fell, like where they fell to the ground. I didn't really see it, but it seemed like they were still behind the fucking thing, so they weren't like in the middle of crawling through it. Doesn't seem like that was the case, but either way, you could have just waited till they like actually crawled through it, then shot them in the leg. You could have done that. You could have like gotten in front of them and just wrestled them as soon as they got through. To not have to kill them at all, because, well, you're a man and she's a woman and you're stronger than her because you're a police officer, so you're trained to be that way. So, like, yeah, that'd usually be the Democrats' excuse for this. Oh, and it's a police officer, so they're inherently violent too. So it's like, you just obviously have to pin it on it. It's obviously the police officer's fault. I mean, he's the police officer. It's like, again, his identity is inherently bad because we're on the left and we say that type of shit. So the left is pretty hypocritical for this, including you, Anna. Like, this doesn't exclude you. I know that it's sort of a non-argument to say this is a criticism of your party, so yeah, everyone on the left, this is a valid criticism of you. But in this case, you'd sort of hold that position, right? Like, you do. Am I not correct on that? So, yeah, there was no need to fucking kill him.
Tucker. Okay, I hope you understand now, since you can clearly see it with your own two eyes.
Yeah, by the way, he has all the tapes.
Of course.
It's not like he didn't.
Yeah, could you show us the clip of her actually crawling through? Let me see this one more fucking time, okay? I don't see her crawling through anything. I didn't see any. Yeah, like you see her like on the ground right there. She hasn't gone through anything. Like she's on that side of the thing.
Okay, so since Tucker Carlson had difficulty, investigating what happened to Ashley Bobbit, I'll help him out. You see an individual holding a gun. You hear the rioters say repeatedly, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And Ashley Bobbit decided to attempt to crawl through that, broken glass in the door.
Yeah, and the Democrats would tend to go towards, well, she shouldn't have done that. Just like the people who Kyle Rittenhouse fucking killed, they probably shouldn't have been vandalizing fucking property either, should they now? Yeah, they probably shouldn't have been threatening Kyle Rittenhouse. They probably shouldn't have been running at him with a fucking gun, making him have to defend himself. Apparently, according to Destiny, they were screaming the nigger word, which, I mean, say whatever the fuck you want, dude. Like, I don't care what word you use. I think, like, anytime an adult is literally fucking having a problem, like actually spending any amount of time, fucking wasting any amount of time, like, complaining about another adult saying a bad word, it's like, fucking kill yourself. Like, why? Why do you care? Like, how fucking old are you? Like, just fucking hell. But, yeah, the left would, say, oh, well, that's bad, so... Yeah, clearly the people who Kyle Rittenhouse killed, they were doing something bad. But the left would say, well, does that mean they deserved the fate that they got? I mean, I don't know. That's sort of a question that you should have asked them. Like, hey, I don't know. Do I deserve the fate that I'm literally giving myself by fucking charging at this guy who has a gun and who told me, don't do what you're about to do or I'm shooting you? I don't know. Like, maybe they should have thought of, like, is it really worth that? But, yeah, when it's flipped on its head, like, I never knew any of these two things with their context, but yeah, that looks pretty fucking similar now, doesn't it? So yeah, she shouldn't have crawled through that. Okay, like she was sort of following the mob, sort of being like an immature child. She might have had autism or some stuff. She probably didn't think about what the fuck she was doing. She probably was trying to be cool. Like, yeah, she just crawled through that thing. Is that an excuse to fucking murder her? Like, I don't know, dude. According to you, I would guess the answer would be no if it was flipped on its head, so...
To get to...
I should, like, stop commentating so much. I just realized that, yeah, she's gonna get to Kyle Rittenhouse, and I haven't even, like, gone to that yet. Jesus, this is doing, like, even worse than I could have imagined it would. I actually got it, like, 2. It's fucking cool. You know what? Like, maybe I should, like my own fucking shit. Do you think that it'd help me in the algorithms? Whatever, dude. I'ma fucking try it out anyway. Whatever, dude. I'ma fucking... Hell yeah,
I'm guessing elected officials who they were targeting through this riot? So that's what happened, Tucker. Okay, I hope you understand now, since you can clearly see it with your own 2 eyes.
Yeah, by the way, he has all the tapes.
Of course.
It's not like he didn't see that. He did see that and decided to lie about it anyway, because that's what he does. So did they...
Bro, this is one of at least fucking 10 compilations I could have made of you. I'm pretty sure you, mentioned that, oh, Tucker Carlson, this white supremacist, like, yeah, to him, like, the concept of whiteness, let me just explain what the concept of whiteness to white supremacists is. I don't know if that was him saying it or Hassan Abi, but, like, was like, bro, basically whiteness, he's like, you can't have a single drop of, you gotta be pure, it's about purity, which nobody and no reasonable person looks at you and decides whether or not you're black based on whether you have a single, like, ancestor. No, they just look at you and it's like, do you look white? Yeah, that's sort of how most people assess whether or not you're white. But, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Cenk was saying, like, yeah, whiteness is about exclusion or something like that. Like, oh, well, if you're, like, a bit black, if you're black and white, it's like you're black or something. So he was sort of trying to say that this is a white supremacist's worldview, and he was calling Tucker Carlson a white supremacist, but then he literally fucking criticized or made fun of Tucker Carlson for saying that AOC is not, that he doesn't recognize AOC as a woman of color, and that he thinks she's an entitled white lady. That's one thing. He also claimed that Tucker Carlson was just what's it called? The fucking like cheering on January 6th. He has said that just countless times. And if you look up any video, like you look at any time that Tucker brings up January 6th, it's usually to, well, firstly, he usually opens it up by reminding people that he condemns it, and he usually compares it to the George Floyd riots. And I don't know, do you think he condemned those? Do you fucking think so? Clearly TYT thinks so, because he's reacted to that shit, I can tell you that. So, yeah, and he also claims that Tucker Carlson is racist when Tucker Carlson has, dude, you know what, let me just, it's like, just look at this fucking video. That's one that I have,
in short, a massive and surprising new transition.
That's just one that I have off the top of my head. It's like, just watch that fucking video and tell me with a straight face that somebody who was racist, who was trying to pander to a white supremacist audience, would ever make arguments like this. Like, that's fucking insane and insanely contradictory. It's like, you're saying that you're a clown. Like, that is hilariously absurd.
They look like peaceful sightseers that Tucker Carlson described yesterday.
I don't know, that doesn't seem very peaceful to, like, some fucking retard, probably with Down syndrome for as far as they knew, was trying to crawl through a fucking, like, hole in a door. And they just came with, like, their whole gang of fucking rednecks. Probably had too many beers before they came. Like, some woman's just trying to crawl through that thing to, like, what do you know? Maybe she just wanted to greet the senators. Maybe she wanted an autograph and to take a cute selfie with them. Well, now she's never gonna do that. Now we're never gonna know what she wanted. So, probably what you said about Kyle Rittenhouse's victims. I only saw, like, Sam Seder reacting to it, and that was pretty much, like, what he said. Like, Sam Seder and, Cenk Uygur have to be, like, the biggest virtue signalers that I could think of on the left. I know Hassan Abi said, I don't hate Hassan Abi. Like, I mean, I don't hate this guy, but he's a weasel. Like, I mean, he's so stupid that you can't really fucking hate him, to be honest.
Last night he's like, oh yeah, they're just walking around, they're just sightseeing there, and they're very orderly and calm and peaceful. Is that what that tape looked like to you guys?
Yeah, also he gets mad a lot, and like, you can't really, when he gets mad over dumb shit, like, fucking racism, bro, oh my god, bro, and it's like, dude, yeah, how often do you see, fucking anybody, any host on any mainstream channel, say, slander all black people as, I don't know, say pedophiles, or even with sexual abusers. Yeah, how often do you see anybody do that on mainstream TV? Yeah, right, never, because they would get cancelled immediately. So, who actually, who do they fucking attack as pedophiles? Yeah, trans people, but you barely talk about that because that's not as clickbaity. So, yeah, you're a clown. Case fucking closed, dude. Keep going.
Guys, now, why did those people think that the door was barricaded? Why did they think that there was a policeman with a gun? Why did they think that all this was happening?
This fucking dude. It's like, yeah, like, this guy is going to attack Kyle Rittenhouse, but like, this dude being put in prison, like, fucking, this is just so fucking hilarious. Like, this guy is supposed to be a comedian. He's so bad at it. He's like a parody of himself. Like, he literally has an outro. He's like one of the most fucking notorious people representing his party on YouTube. And he literally has an outro showing like, hey bro, subscribe. You got like this funny face of me that you could use. That, like, you pay for money and you... Isn't that fucking cool, bro? It's like, the guy is trying to be funny when he does that. I mean, again, it sort of shows that he's fucking, like, special, I guess. I don't know why I'm all of a sudden, dude, I drink too. Dude, I wish I had more to drink, but my point, I've probably forgotten. It's like, dude, this motherfucker is like, unironically, someone who's probably trying to pass off as someone with a at least decent sense of humor, is probably trying to condemn this fucking dude right here. Imagine unironically condemning this dude. It's like, you're just such a non-poggers, fucking... Probably someone who would never get invited to any fucking party, right? Like, this is fucking epic. Don't care which party you're on, this is epic. This fucking big-ass... This is epic. His hairline... Everything about this, the fact that he wears a mask, the fact that they all wear a mask, and everything about this fucking scene is epic. And the fact that you don't want that, like, it just shows how much of a virtue signaler you are. Like, you don't fucking want this shit. You're literally complaining about fucking this, which this is PogChamp. And you believe that, having to pay maybe like $200,000, like some ridiculous amount of money to get to undergo surgeries to feel like you're in the right body. And on top of that, having this right being threatened over and over again, like just more and more these days, like he actually thinks that compares with inheriting a victim card from your grandparents who actually had to deal with segregation, unlike you.
It not occurred to them that when they chanted,
like, this guy's a joke.
Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, and they were trying to break down the door very violently to get to the politicians inside.
I don't even really fucking know Mike Pence.
The police there might have perceived a threat. Okay, you know when I perceive a threat? When someone starts to chant about an execution of a guy they're trying to get to. If that's not a perceived threat, literally nothing is.
Yeah, imagine if they would have had to kill, like, all of the police to be able to hang him. Like, I get if they, like, how they might have gone to shoot him if they got close enough to him, but, like, to be able to hang him, like, you probably would have had to defeat the entire police force surrounding them at that point, and you probably would have had to, like, keep fending them off as they kept coming for a while, because, like, yeah, I'm guessing, like, it sort of takes some time to hang someone now, fucking doesn't.
Okay, so...
And what happened, Ashley?
Why the yeah, like, because he didn't just steal the election and give it to Donald Trump, because, like, he claimed not to have the legal authority to do that, which, I mean, I don't know if he does, but it would make sense that he fucking doesn't, but, like, if Trump asked him to, I mean, it's fucking Trump. There's probably, I mean, either way, he shouldn't have fucking done it. Like, it's fucking hilarious that they did that. But I guess if Trump, someone who they really looked up to, framed it as Mike Pence just refused to, like, to allow this to be the fair election that it should have been. Because he was too weak to stand up to the people stealing my election. He could have done this. Like, I get why they would be like, this guy's so unpatriotic, it's all his fault, but yeah, it's Donald Trump's probably not a very healthy guy. Either way, I would like to see him back in office. I think that is I am forever fucking salty that I wasn't into politics to, like, savor that fucking time. Because, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see him again, dude. No fucking way. No way that fucking dude is getting reelected.
Ashley Bobbit is tragic because much like the other rioters who were there that day, much like the individuals who have been charged and convicted for the crimes they committed that day, they were all lied to by the Republican Party.
Oh, yeah, okay. But, like, aren't you gonna take the approach that, like, she was trying to kill the senators? Like, there's no excuse for that, though, right? I mean, like, you're not even really picking a side. You're just pinning it on the opponent. Okay, like, we always knew that was gonna be your only punchline. Like, okay, dude, we already knew that from watching all your other videos, that that's what you think of Republicans, that they're bad. Like, okay, dude.
By Donald
Trump,
by right-wing media, including Fox News, in this allegation that the election was stolen from Donald Trump when there was no evidence of that whatsoever. When Donald Trump himself took that case to court 60 different times and lost every single time because they didn't have a shred of evidence.
But it's the courts are biased, bro. I mean, to be fair, the Supreme Court is not a fucking, as of right now, yeah, Clarence Thomas not biased my fucking ass, right? Like, yeah, these people do try to interpret the Constitution, like, solely for political, to further their political agenda. Like, these are not, like, apolitical court people, but yeah, Trump's election wasn't fucking stolen from him. It was pretty obvious he was gonna say that the whole time, like, even, like, before the Hillary thing, he was sort of like, yeah, if Hillary wins, I won't concede or whatever. I'm pretty sure he said that. But then again, he didn't even really start that because, yeah, he was sort of just being a bitch then, but Hillary Clinton was the one who said the election was stolen from her first, and he just stole that move from her. He was just like, I guess he's not very original. He's sort of old, and I heard that he just literally hires people to compliment him. So, yeah, when he already has people telling him that he's just so great, I guess you don't really tend to see a reason to want to improve if that stuff, if you, I don't know, if you can actually be convinced by that. I don't get why you would hire someone to compliment you. Like, it's not like these compliments would, I don't know, like, does that not, like, does this brain not block on that? Like, wait, like, these compliments don't mean anything. They're literally what I paid for. Like, I don't know, dude, that's Trump's a fucking character, dude. I want to see him back in office for the memes, but either way, I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. Let's continue.
Evidence indicating that there was widespread voter fraud that would overturn the results of the election. And it's also fascinating that in some states where Donald Trump lost and Joe Biden won, a lot of these battleground states, I mean, down ticket, ton of Republicans won those races. So what happened there? I mean, it's just laughable, the kinds of lies he tells, and also the selective application of the self-defense argument, Cenk. Because in that case, look, I would be terrified, right? You've got a violent mob coming after you. You're holding the gun for a while, indicating I will shoot if you're gonna come for me. And it happened, of course.
Was she coming for him? I mean, yeah, they kept saying he's got a gun. So she was probably not, like, looking in his direction. Like, if they kept saying that to her, chances are she didn't even realize that he was there. Because if she did, she would probably have, like, it would probably have been visible to everyone else that, like, she had her attention focused on him. Because, I mean, he's holding a gun in her direction. Of course her attention would be focused on him. Yeah, maybe they'd stop yelling at her he's got a gun if they could see, like, yeah, she's looking at him. What is that thing of, she was just going in his direction? Like, I thought they were supposed to protect the senators, and now they were trying to protect themselves. Like, this guy with a gun was scared that this lady would come and kill him, except she wasn't armed. And, like, you're just gonna, like, completely sidetrack that with, oh, well, you know what, this is tragic, but, like, no, we're not gonna play, yeah, who's to blame? Oh, the Republican Party. But that's sort of missing the point. Like, was this legitimate self-defense? Like, by your fucking standards, it's not. Like, that lady was not within any, like, from what I saw from the clip, didn't even look like she had actually crawled through the fucking thing. She didn't fall on the other side. It didn't even look like she had even started crawling from what I saw. Like, she says so. I mean, who knows, dude? Like, she lies just so much, but I mean, bro, she was not within distance to kill anybody else. She didn't have a gun. Otherwise, she might have shot the fucking glass, because that's probably more efficient than your fists. And probably hurts more, especially if you're a girly girl, right? Like, and the police officer was a man who was definitely fit for the job. I mean, yeah, these are police officers who are in charge of, like, protecting the fucking White House. Like, these types of people, like, the very VIP people of the government, like, they have to be fucking fit. Like, I saw a picture, the guy looked fit, and it's like, yeah, you don't think you could take on a woman without a gun, right? It's like, again, we're just playing by your rules. Like, I think it's fair to say, yeah, like, you don't cross that line. Like, sure, she might not have deserved to die. Of course she didn't deserve to fucking die. But, like, she sort of did that to herself, right? Like, I mean, maybe she didn't deserve it. Maybe she didn't see it coming. She was fucking drunk. Whatever the fuck. But it's like, that's not that police officer's fault. Like, he was just in charge of protecting the place, and it's not that police officer's fault that retards happened to be retarded on that day and get an order, I guess, from their president to do something. And since they were retards, they interpreted that something, which happened to be much peacefully to the Capitol, they happen to interpret that as, can't hang my pants and just break in. Yeah, it's all of that stuff combined. That wasn't that police officer's fault. Like, he just had to, protect the fucking people in power. That's his job. And, well, he did his job. And, well, oh, it hurt your feelings like that. Like, you don't like his job. Like, you don't think that should have been his job. You don't think that's the right thing. Well, again, it's sort of not his fault, and it's that woman's fault for being there. Like, maybe she didn't deserve it. Maybe she wasn't thinking straight. Like, maybe there's context and nuance, but, like, again, facts don't care about your feelings, and you look at the situation from just an outsider's point of view, and it's like, yeah, that lady was in the wrong, the cop was in the right, but that's not your argument. Like, that's the right wing's fucking argument. Because look at Kyle Rittenhouse, who was defending him and who was going after him.
Opened fire as Ashley Bobbit was trying to get through the door. Now, with that said, Tucker Carlson had no problem defending others when it came to the notion of self-defense. Let me give you an example.
This was a completely different thing. Like, why would you think that she was trying to go after the guy with the gun, who was literally hiding in a corner? Like, why would that lady even see him? Like, she probably didn't see him, especially since, like, she obviously either had some mental issue or was, like, intoxicated that day. But, like, I don't know what the hell was going on with her. She was literally trying to just break through some fucking glass door with a bunch of random people she didn't know, because her president's being a fucking goofball again, and, like, this sounds like fun. Yeah, let's go do this. Been a while since I haven't fucking been outside doing some, like, shit that I believe in. Fuck yeah, dude. And it just went too far. Yeah, I don't see why this guy should have believed that his life was in danger because of this woman. I mean, again, he could have done a variety of things. That's sort of what you should say about Kyle Rittenhouse, right? And by the way, Kyle Rittenhouse didn't just shoot them in the head. Like, no, he shot the guy in the arm. Again, self-defense. The guy had a gun. But, yeah, like, these people were actually attacking Kyle Rittenhouse. And they were also breaking property that they shouldn't have been doing. And yeah, it's comparable to this because she's also doing something that she shouldn't have been doing. But, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't a cop. He wasn't ever fucking supposed to be trained in doing this. And especially a cop who's in charge of, like, say, protecting elected officials. Like, they definitely know what they're supposed to be doing. And by the left standards, what they're supposed to be doing in such a situation would be, well, make sure you, like, again, killing someone is a last resort. Remember, last fucking resort. You don't have to kill her. She's a woman, first of all. Again, left's the fucking party of identity politics. But, like, women, like, that is a fair point. Women are less likely to fucking hurt you. And, again, like, she doesn't have a gun. Or she probably would have fucking shot you or started pointing it at you. Or either that or at the fucking glass. To fucking break it. Which, like, yeah, aiming it at you since you're behind that fucking glass probably would have worked too for that. So it probably would have done both. So, like, yeah, clearly she doesn't have a fucking weapon, since she's not using it. She's not within fucking walking distance. You're a police officer, you're some dude who's pretty fucking bulk, you are an expert in this, you know how to solve this situation. They don't have a weapon. You could just, as soon as they get through the thing, just dehabilitate them. If not fucking shoot them, just tackle them. Like, I think at that point, most people would say, yeah, he at least should have, instead of, like, making a fatal wound, just shot her, I don't know, crippled her by shooting her in the leg or something. Like, that would have worked and that would have been better. And, yeah, again, he could have just tackled her, so that's very different as Kyle Rittenhouse isn't a trained police officer working, like, on a high level.
The legal matter, all that matters here is whether Kyle Rittenhouse reasonably believed that his life was in danger. And of course he believed that.
Why would this fucking police officer reasonably believe that this specific woman was putting his life in danger? Like, maybe he might have believed that, like, the riot was putting his life in danger? Okay, I guess you could make that parallel there. Like, again, he's a police officer. He's trained to know how to deal with that, and the left status quo on how you deal with that isn't exactly what they're claiming it is in this
Why
situation.
wouldn't he? You would believe that too if you were him.
So Kyle Rittenhouse, self-defense.
Is that literally
the Capitol
all you
officer
have
who
to
opened
say
fire
about
on
that?
Ashley Bobbit as she.
Yeah, it's fucking pathetic. As she crawled through the thing, unarmed, clearly, was these people were armed. Fucking retard. She wasn't armed, otherwise she probably wouldn't have been using her fist instead of her weapon to break through the fucking thing.
It was part of a violent crowd of people trying to get to elected officials, not self-defense. And let me show you what happened when Kyle...
Yes, could have just shot her, I don't know, where did Kyle Rittenhouse shoot, like, one of his victims? In the arm. It was like apparently one of them survived, or like, I don't know exactly like the specifics, but like, yeah, he shot one of the people in the arm.
Rittenhouse fired the first shots. Let's take a look.
Rittenhouse walks towards a parking lot where cars are being
I actually never saw the footage. I'm surprised no one.
vandalized. He passes Joseph Rosenbaum, who is fighting with the armed men at the gas.
I'm surprised that Anna, of all people, the big virtue signalers, wouldn't have mentioned that apparently this, like, at least one of Kyle Rittenhouse's victims was yelling the nigger word all the time. I don't know, that seems like a big point to bring up. Like, if like, Ashley Bobbit or whatever her name was doing that, and you had footage of her doing that at the Capitol, I'm sure you would have brought that up.
Earlier. Rosenbaum now starts chasing Rittenhouse.
Yeah, okay, wow. So imagine chasing someone who literally has a, like, AR-15 in their hand. Like, what in the fuck? Oh, so he has a weapon there.
And throws a plastic bag that holds his...
Why the fuck would he be throwing a plastic bag? Okay, so let's say it's a plastic bag. Unless it's filled with water, we should expect it to, I don't know, probably if it's a bit windy, maybe just float right back into his face.
His belongings from the hospital. Jeez. Close behind them, a man holds up a handgun and fires it. We don't know why.
I don't know, like, the guy's already, that'd be self-defense. That's, not self-defense, but, like, you're defending someone else. You also have the right to do that. Like, that's included under self-defense. If you're saving your own life or someone else's life, like, you're allowed to do that.
Then, Rosenbaum lunges towards Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse fires 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? That person is coming at them. Like, yeah, it's not like he shot that person and that person fell to the ground and then he took another shot and then no, like, that was sort of that sounded like an automatic thing. Again, he had an AR-15. Isn't that like an automatic or semi-automatic weapon? Like, yeah, his gun just does that. Like, it just shoots automatically 4 times. That's his weapon. Like, the person could have seen. Like, you saw him fucking in the clip. I guess the Young Turks literally couldn't find a better clip that matched their fucking agenda more than that. That was probably the only clip. You saw the fucking dude who they're trying to defend here, legit fucking chasing the guy with the AR-15. It's like, this is the best you have. This is sad. Like, this is just so fucking sad. Jesus Christ. Bro. Is my face, like, in the... I don't know why my hair keeps, like, falling down on one side. I fucking hate that shit. It's like, yeah, my hair is fucking weird, dude. And now it looks... Yeah, fucking whatever. I'm fucking insecure, cause incel. Yeah, okay, I mean... This is such a bad take. Like,
shown that video on the show before. I think the jury.
Oh my god, poor defense. I just noticed that. That's fucking hilarious. Holy shit.
Obviously, the jury did believe that Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself. Someone opens fire. Rittenhouse is running away. He doesn't know who's opening fire. He doesn't know if he's being targeted. So yeah, I think you could justly say that Rittenhouse.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. That's why you made a very fair point.
Acted in self-defense in that moment. But you can't then turn around and argue that what happened to Ashley Bobbit was not...
Yeah, the person did see, I mean, all those glass doors, weren't they transparent? How the fuck does that even compare? Like, you're fucking insane. And I thought you were gonna say that Kyle Rittenhouse was a murderer. I mean, that's the position that Sam Cedar took. I was sort of expecting them to take the same route, because, you know, they're, like, the two fucking, like, top virtue signaling cocks on YouTube. Like, fucking, like, the two biggest undisputed world champions of just virtue signaling, fucking fear-mongering bullshit. Just clickbait cancer, right? Like, it's fucking pathetic. So I sort of guess they'd have the same take, but I guess she says Rittenhouse is self-defense. Okay, yeah, so, Kyle Rittenhouse had to turn around, didn't know if he was being targeted. Was that the case with the guy who had the gun? Like, he was sort of hiding behind the wall. Was he, like, too afraid to, like, sneak? Like, he thought he'd get shot in the head, so... Like, I don't know, he was sort of guessing, like, whether the person was gonna sneak through, like... He was too afraid to, like, look, so, like... Yeah, he probably had his gun but wasn't looking, and, like, when he guessed that the person had probably crossed the thing, he just shot. And that's probably why, he shot someone who hadn't even crossed, because I saw her fall on the ground and she was still on the other side of the fucking wall, dude. So you're sort of, like, retard mode.
Not an instance of a Capitol police officer acting in self-defense.
Why on earth would that police officer think that he's the target? Especially when you saw in the clip, like, they kept saying, he's got a gun. I don't know, would they keep saying that to someone who realizes that this fucking dude who's literally just, like, backed up in the corner, just hiding in the fucking corner with his gun, like, just peeking through the side, would they keep yelling that it's someone who, like, clearly realizes the guy with the gun is there? Like, what in the fuck? Like, maybe I get it if you're trying to, like, use that, show them as the example. You see this person, I'm just gonna shoot them, so how about you all back off if you don't want to be next? But the left is defending that now, huh?
There's a very, very violent crowd smashing the hell out of a barricaded door.
Oh my god. Holy shit. And, like, the guy chasing the person with an AR-15. That's... I don't know, bro.
Chanting about how they're gonna murder the people inside.
That wasn't Ashley Bobbit. I just remember the name.
To say that that was not a threat is beyond insane. Yeah,
so why was this person specifically shot?
Again, it insults your audience. You think your audience can't figure out anything at all. Every one of them is the least rational person you've ever met in your real life. You can't tell that that is a violent mob looking to do harm to the people inside. And remember,
again, and I still don't see.
The cop isn't thinking if you come for me. And the cops did not, that is a violent mob looking to do harm to the people inside. And remember.
Yeah, and the guy running after Kyle Rittenhouse, probably looking to do harm, right? But, like, again, he's a trained fucking, like, he's a trained professional. He's literally trained to protect the highest category of people in terms of political importance. Like, they better be fucking well trained. They know exactly how to handle such a situation. Like, they have to be fucking ready for that. Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't a fucking cop. And, again, could have shot her in the foot and she hadn't crossed the thing. Like, we saw her body fall on the other side of the glass door, so she hadn't gone through. It's not like she was, like, in the middle, she was, like, between the... No.
Remember, the cop isn't thinking if you come for me.
Like, I love how these people... I saw the Humanist Report do that once. I was very, very surprised. But, like... I love how Cenk Uygur, like, he will literally play a clip of something just to try and put, like, he wants to be able to say, look, I backed up my evidence for the clip, but, like, then he sort of realizes that, like, oh, well, the only clip I could really show that would be relevant to this would sort of be a clip that says the opposite of my narrative. So, you know what, like, I could just not include a clip, but that wouldn't look right. So, you know what? Let me just literally, I'm sure my audience is probably even more stupid than fucking me. Let's just show the fucking clip of the opposite of what I'm going to say happening. Then let me explain how, what you just saw, as you just fucking saw, like, that didn't happen. Like, this happened. Like, you literally show the clip, then just, talk about how, yeah, this is actually what you saw. Like, just don't show the fucking clip. Just say, this isn't true, or show some other footage, or say, that there is no footage. We don't have any footage about that. And just hope that the people watching, like, aren't coming from sources where they've seen said footage. Like, you're already lying. You might as well continue on it.
And the cops did not fire when they broke down the initial barricades, when they entered the building.
Yeah, those were probably different cops, because some of them were behind those glass doors. I guess it's, like, it's not, like, all the fucking cops are on the outer area, and it's like, it's just the same cops just moving in. Like, I'm sure there are cops just all over, just guarding the entire place, and, like, sure, some of them might be closing in, I guess, but it's not like the January 6th protesters. They aren't going to be scouting all around the Capitol, as the footage showed. Like, they were scouted all around the Capitol, so, like...
This is the very inner sanctum of Congress. Yeah, there's nowhere left to run. And he's firing to protect the legislators that the mob is saying out loud that they are going to murder. I've never seen a more justifiable shooting in my life.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking far from these people. In fact, you saw some of these people walking. I guess those were the officials. They were walking, dude. They didn't even seem disturbed.
But Kyle Rittenhouse had a plastic bag thrown at him.
Dude, didn't you just say, like, he didn't fucking know who was firing, what was... Like, what even is the point of you framing it that way? You literally just, like, Anna just explained, yeah, you heard the gunshots, he had his back turned, he couldn't see what the hell was happening, he heard gunshots, he didn't know if he was the target, so... Yeah, he was already not facing the guy when the plastic bag was thrown at him. I don't even know why you'd imagine that he'd know what the fuck was thrown at him. And so you saw how it threw, right? Like, clearly it had stuff in it. Like, what even is the point of framing it that way? You're just being so fucking blatant.
So he gets to murder someone, and that's self-defense.
Oh my god, murders. Yeah, I love how you're just so big on censoring misinformation, yet you use the word murder and self-defense together.
Those people who are threatening.
He gets to murder someone in self-defense. Murder, huh?
Whose lives are threatened, didn't do it in self-defense. Get out of here. No reasonable human being can believe that. But there is one thing that you guys should be super mad about. All those cowards who saw the cop had a gun, who saw the door was barricaded, and who knew that the cop had to shoot because they're almost there, right?
Told her.
And let the woman go first.
Interesting.
Oh, all these alpha males, they're so tough and they're
let the. I thought he was going to say, maybe be more humane and like, pull her back. Clearly she's got some disability. She didn't realize that he has a gun. But no, he's suggesting they should have just gone in and like, just committed suicide first. They tried to beat her to it. Yeah, great fucking philosophy. Just so you could, like, fit in a little poisoning there, you decided to make the argument, like, you could have thrown in a perfectly legitimate argument that would have actually thrown dirt on these people surrounding her, like, why did they allow her to do that? Like, why didn't they just pull her away from that thing? If they sort of could have seen what was coming, like, I guess that's his assumption, like, yeah, maybe they should have, like, been more courageous and, like, sort of saved her from herself. Like, that would have been a more humane thing to do if they had that human empathy. Maybe they should have stepped up and did that. Like, not allowed her to do what they could have seen coming. Wait, dude, I phrased that really weird, but you get the image, right? But no, he just had to just replace a actually, like, fair argument with, you know what? You know, just for some well poisoning here, yeah, they should have just fucking went, like, even more caveman and just fucking tried to beat her to suicide. As soon as they realize, oh, she's about to commit suicide, she doesn't really realize what she's doing. Like, instead of trying to pull her back to, like, you know, at least stand up for their own, right? Yeah, they should have just tried to beat her to it. Like, you just completely, like, just ruined a good argument you could have fucking made. Like, I don't know if you did that on purpose because you're stupid, or if you didn't do it on purpose because you're stupid, but either way, you're pretty fucking stupid for that.
So,
I don't know what reasonable person would disagree with that.
Manly. And the minute there's actual danger, they're like, oh, send the woman first. Send the woman first. Why didn't one of you 6 sons of bitches go?
Yeah, so you're arguing that these people definitely knew it. I don't know, what the fuck were they looking at? I didn't see from the clip, I didn't see her. I couldn't see whether she was a woman or not, from that clip. I know because you started it out before the clip, we saw her face and, like, her name, but I didn't see anything about that. I didn't see anyone trying to go through, no, like, from the clip, I just saw some guy holding a gun, and I saw a bunch of protesters. I didn't see anyone, like, slip through any hole. I didn't see any hole. I didn't see a woman. I didn't see anything. I just saw some person fall to the ground. I didn't see... Like, what makes you think that they knew that she was a woman? She probably even had a mask and a hoodie. I saw some people looking like that. But then you're definitely not gonna apply that logic to the police officer. Like, I don't know, it was sort of a glass fucking wall. Like, it was transparent. Maybe they were knocking on it a bit, but if there was a hole, like, you could have seen, like, oh, it's a woman, like the big cop who's sort of trained to be able to defend, like, elected officials. Yeah, he didn't think he could take out a little woman, bro. Yeah, so why wouldn't that apply to the cop? Why wouldn't that apply to the cop? The cop really thinks that this little woman was going to be a danger to him when she didn't have a gun and he did. And obviously she was so stupid that she was continuing to go through even though everyone was saying he's got a gun. Like, maybe they didn't realize that they were talking to her, and she thought they were just going on just chanting some more random nonsense and she didn't pay attention to it. And it's like, yeah, dude, I don't know, someone who's that stupid probably isn't that big of a threat to you or to anyone else, especially when you're a big dude who's trained to deal with this type of situation, who's got a gun. Like, if you really think she's that much of a danger, just wait till she gets through. She's not within walking distance. She clearly isn't targeting you, since she clearly doesn't even know you're there, because not only are you hiding in a corner, but everybody's yelling at her, he's got a gun. And it's like, if she fucking knew that, why would they be fucking yelling that at her? So clearly she wasn't trying to get to the hidden guy with the gun who was just peeking his gun through the corner. Maybe he was hiding because he was fucking scared. Like, dude, this hurt my fucking brain.
Go first. No, because you're goddamn cowards.
Like, now Cenk Uygur is doing that to my brain, okay? If I fucking, like, get brain cancer from watching this video, you know what, Cenk, you did this to me, bro. The Republicans apparently, Tucker Carlson killed that woman by telling her that the election had been stolen from her. Like, as if that wasn't Trump's
You're
fucking
both thugs
fault.
and cowards. It's a rare combination. Well done. Is Tucker going to tell his audience that? No, because they love those thugs and cowards. They are those thugs and cowards. So of course Tucker's going to tell them pretty little lies about how Ashley Bobbit and all those people there were just sightseers, and they were
Pretty Little Lies. Sort of reminds me of the compilation I made of, yeah, Cenk Uygur, I wonder why you don't, denounce Anna for that. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a segment, like, probably downloaded to my computer. I could probably find it at some point if I was to make another compilation where, like, he was, just telling Tucker, oh yeah, you should have denounced this person and this person. It's just, like, since these people are clearly dishonest and you should have known about it, why did you platform them? Like, he says that all the time. Like, it's just wrong that you even, like, didn't even call them out. And it's like, dude, analyze a lot.
They were just killed for no reason by the cops. You'd have to be monstrously stupid to believe that.
I made a fucking compilation about it.
And here we are. Almost, I don't know, to my knowledge,
dude,
is Tucker going to tell his audience
down.
that? No, because they love those thugs and cowards. They are those thugs and cowards. So of course Tucker's going to tell them pretty little lies about how Ashley Bobbit and all those people there were just sightseers, and they were just killed for no reason by the cops. You'd have to be monstrously stupid to believe that, and here we are. Almost.
That's not what he said. He said that this person wasn't, like, she was non-violent. Maybe the mob, like, as an entity, was violent. Do you have evidence that she was screaming, "Hang Mike Pence"? Like, apparently there was some footage, I saw some footage of them saying, "Hang Mike Pence." Like, there's 48,000 or so hours worth of footage. I don't know why they were weighing like 40, like somewhere around 40 to 48,000 hours worth of footage. For all we know, these people were there at a different time frame, like in a different place in the Capitol. Like, for all we know, the lady might never have even heard them, like, saying "Hang Mike Pence." Like, she might have died before they even did that, for all we know. Like, just because there's footage of that, like, where was she in that? where was she? What's her individual responsibility on that?
I don't know. To my knowledge, every single right-winger online believes it with 100%.
No, like, all Tucker Carlson said was, like, she was not a threat, and no, she was unarmed, clearly. I mean, again, if she was armed, she would have used that to fucking get through the door instead of fucking trying to crawl through and bang on her, whatever the fuck you say she was doing. And she wasn't even on the other side when she got shot. I saw her fall on the other side of the fucking wall. Dude, like, your whole story, like, it's just so many layers of you're fucking retard that, like, I don't even... You know what? I don't need to know what is taught, because I think I just went through it.
100% certainty now. They've all lost their minds. They're in an absolute cult. I hope to God that the voters...
Dude, that's sort of what Tucker Carlson says about y'all, so, yeah, that says a lot. You're probably gonna get somewhere with this.
Are not in the same camp. That they have just one scintilla of sense left if you're a Republican voter, but I'm not positive. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel like that's sort of the, like, what he just said there was sort of the same thing that he ends, like, pretty much all of his videos off with. So yeah, this video was sort of a copy-paste, like, Republicans bad, and if Republicans had a little bit of common sense left in them, they'd recognize that I'm right in this video. Why, like, just fucking, like, just say they're so stupid and shit. Like, they're just gonna be likely to be open-minded to that stuff. When you're literally the one saying they are very not open-minded. Yeah, how long have I been streaming for? Okay, is it gonna tell me? Yeah, so for like about 2 hours. I should probably go to bed. Yeah, I'll edit this, Dude, I'm so drunk. Yeah, I think it's something like that. I think it might have been Bobbit. Who cares? Literally don't care. Oh, that's not highlighting, so it might be right. Well, I think I sort of debunked what he said. Like, I'm surprised that this guy is actually taken seriously. It's like, I'm sure if there was a, like, lawsuit, if Kyle Rittenhouse sued him for defamation because he literally called him a murderer, but then you have proof that that's defamation because the next word that he says, well, the next 2 words are literally his admission that when he said murderer, that was defamation because he's saying murdered someone in self-defense. So not the next word. I'm fucking retarded, but like he said that Kyle Rittenhouse murdered someone in self-defense. That's no longer really considered murder then. It's considered self-defense, not murder. So I'm sure if Kyle Rittenhouse was sort of a bitch and sued Cenk Uygur on that for defamation, because everyone's sort of putting that bad framing on the left. Yeah, I'm sure his lawyers could very well argue in court, Yeah, no reasonable viewer takes Cenk Uygur seriously. I think that would definitely slide in court. I mean, if it slides with Tucker Carlson, who's actually, like, his lawyers obviously lied, on his behalf, but it didn't fucking help him. Like, yeah, that'd be so funny if Kyle had done that, and his lawyers had been forced to argue that in court. That would have been fucking hilarious. But, you know what, I think that's a good note to end that off. And, by the way, since we're sorta ending there, I know I covered that, but, yeah, if you're wondering, that's sort of a reference to Tucker Carlson's, like, apparently he got sued at some point, and, well, his lawyers tried to make that as an argument for him, like a, like, Weasley legal argument. Of course they lied, but, well, I could explain to everybody why that's a faulty line of reasoning, or I could let the left fucking explain, as they very well did when the Club Q shooting happened, and Tucker Carlson humored the arguments when they were just, like, bringing up that lawsuit, getting fucking wet over it. He decided to humor the argument with that lawsuit and it proving that he's not a reliable source of information by saying, well, you know what? Everybody's been slandering, like, been fucking slandering this fucking Club Q shooting is a hate crime. Except it wasn't a hate crime, because guess what, bitch? The shooter, he was non-binary. His lawyers had said so, in fact, so... And all of a sudden, the left switched their narrative and realized that, well, you know what? Maybe a lawyer's job, after all, isn't to always tell the truth at all costs, always, no matter what. Maybe their job is instead to try to get their client to win a lawsuit, no matter what. Regardless of whether you have to lie or admit to certain things, there's literally laws put in place to allow you to get to admit certain things for privacy reasons, for different fucking reasons that most are fucking legitimate. So, yeah, that's sort of, like the thing I was driving. It's so funny that people just make so many fucking faulty arguments against Tucker. It's like, how can we even take you seriously? If you have any legitimate criticism of him, it's like, I don't know, who the fuck's gonna take that seriously, dude? Like, fucking nobody, but... Yeah, I feel like I'm just sort of going on a tangent saying dumb bullshit. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, so... Hopefully you all have enjoyed this live stream, and I will see y'all next time. Peace!